So why do we call loan sharks loan sharks? The definition of shark is a marine fish with a cartilaginous skeleton, a prominent dorsal fin, and tooth-like scales, with razor-sharp teeth. Most sharks are predatory. Loan sharks are also predators. They hunt down people who are in financial trouble. And then, like a shark, they attack. Loan sharks operate outside of the law. There are thousands, if not tens of thousands of people in the UK today that are being harassed and terrorized by loan sharks. This causes worry, unhappiness, stress, and in some severe cases, leads to suicide for the victims. The profits from loan sharks help to fuel the criminal fraternity, and increases criminal activity. You may not have heard of loan sharks in the past, but the problem is becoming more and more of an issue in the UK. If you, or you know of anyone, who has had dealings with loan sharks, please watch this video that will help you take the correct action. Loan sharks operate outside of the law. When you borrow money from them, there are no contracts to sign. There is no indication of interest rates. There is no indication of the number of payments you have to make. In reality, the loan shark will lend you the money, and then make you pay every week, for as long as they can. You will be paying back many times over what you originally borrowed. If you don't pay, they will harass you, threaten you, your children, your family and friends with violence. But in the beginning, the loan shark will appear to be your best friend. They will give you money, for example, it may be £100, and tell you not to worry about paying the money back, as there is no rush. The first week they will visit you on their collection route. They will tell you if you haven't got the £100 to pay back, don't worry about it. But the debt has now increased by £20. The second week they will call and tell you the debt has increased again by another £20. But don't worry, they can wait. But your debt is now £140. The third week they will say they need the money back, so they can help some of the other people in your area. The loan shark will say, they will have to tell the other people in your area that you are not paying the money back that you promised. The debt will increase again by another £20, so now you owe £160. The fourth week they call, they will say they need the money back, or they will have to tell their boss. And he will not be happy with you, and may come to visit you. The loan shark will warn you that his boss can be violent at times. The loan shark will then offer you to arrange a new loan of £160 to pay the original loan back. This will keep his boss happy and he will not need to visit you. Of course, if you do borrow the £160, the weekly interest will go up from £20 a week to £25 a week. All the time the loan shark will tell you that they only want to help you. Loan sharks use these tactics to befriend you. You may even feel grateful that they have decided to help you. You will feel as if they are your friend. You will feel they are helping you solve your financial problems. But in reality they are making things 100 times worse. Very soon, they will offer to help you even more. They will offer you a way to make extra money by selling counterfeit or stolen goods, such as clothing, trainers, cigarettes, tobacco, to your friends and colleagues. They will slowly introduce you to criminal activity. The loan sharks know once you break the law by selling counterfeit or stolen goods, you are less likely to report them to the police or any other organization for help in the future. You must remember, loan sharks are very skilled at gaining control over people's lives. In many cases they will introduce you to more serious crimes such as prostitution, smuggling and selling drugs. The next video is a true story of one man who got involved with a loan shark.
I was out of work, in poor health. Things were getting on top of me and the house needed work. I had no money. I felt down, lonely, depressed and suicidal. I've worked all my life. I didn't want to ask family for money, but a friend suggested I go to someone he knew who could help me out. I got in touch with him and he came to my house. He made me feel like he was there to help and that he cared, and he offered me the money I needed. He put a repayment plan in place, but I never felt I was able to pay it off, as this was just covering my other loans. things just got worse. I couldn't afford to pay for food, gas, electricity, or my rent. I had to use the heat from the iron to warm myself up during the cold winter nights. Even when I was able to find some money for food, I was too frightened to go to the shop in case he or his people saw me, or even attacked me. I was so frightened of losing the home I'd lived in for most of my life. Falling behind on payments meant regular threats of violence. I lived in constant fear. He would turn up at the house at any time of the day or night, demanding payment and making violent threats. I couldn't pay, so they'd take my belongings, like my watch, TV, stereo, but it didn't reduce the size of the debt. He didn't come alone. There would often be 2 other men waiting outside in the car, and he'd also bring a woman into the house who would take a different but equally intimidating approach. I was too afraid to answer the door or pick up the phone. I didn't want to tell the police, as he was clever. Not even they could protect me. My ordeal lasted for over 4 years, but it felt like a lifetime. Not a day went by where I felt relaxed or comfortable, even in my own home. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I spoke with the financial inclusion team at Tai Tarian. Then things started to change. They helped me to organise my finances and find a way out. I'm eternally grateful for the help and support. It was a lifeline in my time of need.
Loan sharks can ruin people's lives. But as our true story shows, there is a way out and a way back to a normal life. At the moment, it's estimated that there are 300,000 people in the UK that are affected by loan shark activity. The Loan Shark Team, or as their official title, the Illegal Money Lending Team, have successfully prosecuted 27,000 loan sharks throughout the UK. Plus they have removed £72 million worth of illegal loans and removed 380 loan sharks from our streets, making the UK a much safer place for normal hard-working people. Please watch the next video, explaining why we all must take action against loan sharks.
It's really important that people report loan sharks so we can help them. We know it's a really scary thing to do, to pick up the phone and ask for help, but we're here for support, advice and anything that people need. If people don't report loan sharks to us, we can't take action against them. That's what we're primarily about. It's getting the bad guys off the streets, and we need your help to do that. We need people to come forward and be brave enough to make that call and let us tell them what support's available. When someone reports a loan shark to us, we go into action and we will do various checks to make sure that the person that's reported them is okay. So they'll get an individual officer called a liaison officer who will come out with them and meet with them and look at what their situation is and what the way forward is for that individual. They may be asked to make a statement, which would help us going forward through the court process. If they don't want to do so, that's absolutely fine. We will still offer support, advice and help. From an investigative point of view, once a loan shark's been reported, we'll do various checks and then start an investigation process. So victim safety is at the heart of what we do. What we would do to support you is we will look at your circumstances, we'll talk to you, we'll find out what your concerns are, and then we'll put in place an action plan between you and us, which helps make sure that you are safe. That's the most important thing to us. If you report a loan shark, it could have a massive impact on your friends and neighbours. So we know that sometimes people come forward and they believe they're the only person that's borrowed from this individual, whereas actually when we look into it, there's 800 or 900 people on the same estate who've all borrowed in the same way and are all facing the same problems. Anyone can report a loan shark to us. You don't have to be affected yourself. You can report on behalf of a neighbour or a friend or family member you're concerned about. The phone number to ring is 0300 555 2222. You can also report via our website, where there's a reporting form you can fill in, or you can request us to phone you back. We'll also take information on email or via text, however you want to send it to us.
We find that the majority of people do not plan to get into debt problems. But the debt problem almost creeps up. Then when something unexpected happens, the debt is completely unmanageable, and problems start to build. The main thing to remember is don't ignore the problems. Talk to someone and ask for help as soon as you can.